Apparently they're still at the thing. Okay, I was gonna watch the, well, probably speed through Trump's, Congress speech. How long is it? Because some shit went down during the Congress speech. Alright, uh-oh. Everyone's rolling up. Okay, let's fast forward. It looks like everyone's coming in. Everyone's getting ready. They're still waiting for more people. Oh, there's Trump. There's Mr. President. There seems to be a lot of Republicans here. I don't know if there's any Democrats. It didn't look like it. I just saw a bunch of Republicans. I mean, there's probably some war hawks in there too. Yeah. Oh, you got some military personnel there too. So the two people, so you have Melania Trump, and then I'm guessing the two girls from the act, the whatchamacallit? I forgot what was the. I saved it somewhere. Take It Down act right there. I'm pretty sure. I think they talked more about the Take It Down Act today, or they put out some more statements about the Take It Down Act. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we'll take a look at that. I mean, I already kind of get the gist of what they're trying to do now.
Thank you.
Was that Matt Walsh? Wait, was that Matt Walsh?
Thank you.
Fucking Matt Walsh in the corner right there? Fucking Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, Brittany. I mean, not Brittany. Oh, what's her face? The sports lady.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a great honor. Thank you very much. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, the First Lady of the United States. members of the United States Congress, thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back. 6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America.
golden age.
From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country.
Should I do notes on this? I mean, it'd be fucking just basic points of just what he talked about. I don't think it matters. I mean, it just seems like he's gonna go over what he did over and over again throughout the campaign.
We've accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started.
Oh, Mr. Elon Musk. Oh, wow. Elon Musk is finally wearing a suit, guys. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Elon Musk in a suit. Holy shit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He's in a suit, guys. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right, anyways.
I return to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before.
All right.
The American dream is unstoppable.
America good, everyone back.
Of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again. There's never been anything like it. The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades. We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes.
Oh, the Dems are here. Wait, is that Elizabeth Warren? They're just like, oh my God, why are they clapping? Ugh. I do, yeah, I mean, I do have to say, like, if you guys, everyone's just like, fuck this. The ones. No one from the other side's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stand up and clap too and be friendly. No. Oh man.
We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
As you can see, he's look at his body posture. Right? He's not even right, his body posture is towards the Republicans. And I mean, he did talk to the Democrats a little bit, but not much. Yeah, see, look at his butt. Uh-oh. 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 It's all the shady motherfuckers. Oh, shit. That's probably why.
The presidential election of November 5th.
Wait, did he really just... Oh my God, what a fucking idiot.
In many decades, we won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes. We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
Jesus Christ, do you guys... Guys, you got the Supreme Court judges here, you got the fucking... Ugh. Do we really have to do this? Like, can we just... As you can see, this is the issue with politics in the U.S.
And won counties in our country.
As you can see, there's obviously two groups that want different things for America.
Almost completely red for Republican.
One group wants to continue the war, the other group probably doesn't want to continue it anymore.
For the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact...
Oh, now he's just laying it in after all that.
It's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
You literally, JD Vance and what's his face are like might gavel.
Likewise,
As soon as some shit happens.
Small business optimism.
Yeah, you can already touch it. He's like, come on, guy. He can already see. Oh, yeah, I saw it coming. Like, he was already getting it ready. Like, he was already watching over there. Right? His eyes are already locked in. Even Trump is locked in on that side. Like, will you guys just shut the fuck up? Oh, there's Elizabeth Warren.
And won counties in our country, 2,700 to 525.
He's
a map that reads almost completely red for Republican. Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27.
He's looking, he's obviously holding it in. He's like, you motherfuckers, will you just stop?
Most ever. Likewise, small business optimism.
Oh, the dude, oh, that's why he's still standing. No wonder.
Largest one-month gain ever recorded.
Oh, okay. And then you saw JD Vance. He was just like, cut it. He was just like, cut it.
Jump. Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded.
Get him out of here. Yeah. Basically, if they don't want to fucking just chill out for literally how long is this speech? Probably like 45 minutes, an hour, if that.
41-point jump.
Yeah, there it is. Slam the gavel.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
Dude, why are our politicians like this? Will you just shut the fuck up? Oh, God. I'm surprised Ted Lieu isn't even fucking saying anything. I thought he'd be up on the shoulder to shoulder with this man. Same with Shiv. I'm surprised no one's shoulder to shoulder with this man. That's interesting, isn't it?
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the sergeant at arms to restore order to the joint session.
Kicked them out.
Jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
I wish I could see what he said. He said something about Trump.
Jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
He has no something, something, something. Oh.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the sergeant at arms to restore order to the joint session. Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat.
Mr. Green. JD's just like, just kick him out. Why are they clapping? They finally getting my house? What do you mean?
Finding that members continue
They're
to
gassing
engage
up
in
Trump.
willful and
What's wrong with you?
disruption of proper decorum,
Read
the
the
chair
room.
now directs the sergeant at arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Everyone's just like, look, you already fucked up, dude. You already everyone's just, dude, just do it. Come on, let's go, Mr. Green. It's like, yeah, I mean, if he's gonna keep yeah.
Members
Like, look, you can be mad all you want. You're just running up the clock. That's all you're doing.
are directed to uphold and
You're
maintain
not in
decorum
power
in the
anymore.
House.
You guys
Mr. President,
lost.
continue.
This is a speech. This is like,
Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400
fucking eat
executive
the
actions
lost
on record
already.
to restore common
Stop
sense,
fucking
safety,
whining. You
optimism,
lost.
and wealth all across our wonderful land. The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it.
Oh, yes, you see more of them. You see more of them leaving. After Green was ejected. So for your house, you want more grass? That's not an option. If you're in New York, that's not an option. You're just gonna get fucking a crack house. That's all you're gonna get. With no grass. And just a cocaine lab. Yeah, one.
Thank you. In fact, it has been stated by many that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation.
It's our presidency.
By many. And what makes it even more impressive is that, do you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it.
Jesus.
Within hours of taking the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and border patrol to repel the invasion of our country. And what a job they've done. As a result, illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, ever.
What's cracking, my fellow Asian bromie?
They
Why are you a
heard my
liar?
words and they chose not to come. Much
Huh?
easier
Why are
that
you a
way.
big fat liar?
In comparison, under Joe Biden, the worst president
Or
in
are you
American
just a
history,
bullshitter? Which
there
one
were
are you?
hundreds of
Or are you
thousands
both?
of illegal crossings a month, and virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums, were released into our country. Who would want to do that? This is my 5th such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and
I don't know what
realize
you
there is
mean. Yeah, you do.
absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy.
Don't make
or to
me play
them
that
stand
fucking.
or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find
Don't make
a
me
cure
play it.
to the most devastating disease.
Don't make me play it.
a
I will.
disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what.
Jesus
five times I've been up
Christ!
here. It's
He
very
keeps
sad.
fucking playing.
It just shouldn't be this way.
They're just like, fuck you. I wonder what. I don't even know what those signs say.
So Democrats sitting
No, make me
before
karate chop you, dude.
for
Karate
just this
chops
one
don't
night,
work.
Why not join
I'm
us in
sorry to
celebrating
say.
so many incredible
Well, I mean,
wins for America?
I shouldn't say that. I mean, the
For the good
karate
of our
chop has to
nation,
be straight
let's
to
work
the
together
throat.
and let's truly make America great again.
Fucking trachea. Is Nancy Pelosi drunk? Oh wait, she still has her hip problem. I forgot. You
Every
fucking
day my administration is
had a hip
fighting to deliver
replacement because
change
she's old
America
as
needs
fuck.
to bring a future that America deserves, and we're doing it.
I guess
This is a
when she
time
got
for
too
big
drunk,
dreams and bold
she took a spill.
Upon taking office, I imposed an immediate
I
freeze
guess.
on all federal hiring, a freeze on all new federal regulations, and a freeze on all foreign aid. I terminated the ridiculous Green New Scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars that other countries were not paying. I withdrew from the corrupt World Health Organization. And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council.
Sorry, I have to.
It's on! Race war! Race war! Race war! Race war's on, everybody!
We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe and totally
it's a different kind of
unaffordable.
war, but
And importantly, we ended the
Same
last
premise.
administration's insane electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto workers and companies from economic disruption. To unshackle our economy, I have directed that for every
yeah, I
one
mean,
new
it is a little
regulation,
weird for
10
them to keep
old
hopping up
regulations
and
must be
clapping,
eliminated,
hopping up and
just like I
clapping.
did in
It's a
my
little.
very successful first
Guys,
term.
I mean, I get it, but it's like Jesus Christ.
And in that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other.
Guys, if
president
you're gonna
has
just
before.
do that, why not just stand
We
up and
ordered
clap all
all
the
federal
time?
workers to
I don't
return
get-
to the office. They will either show up for work in person or be removed from their job.
the federal executive order to, or the the executive order to make federal
And
employees
we've ended
come back to
weaponized
work.
government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out? Not too good. Not too good.
He pointed at all the fucking Democrats. He did this shit.
Viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out? Not too good. Not too good.
Not too good. Jesus. Oh. I see. They made like little. It says protect veterans. Musk steals. Save Medicaid. I guess the other side is like screw Trump or something. Right? False. Ah.
And I have stopped all government censorship and brought back free
False.
speech in America.
Like that's gonna
It's
fucking
back.
do anything. I mean, it was clear that they were weaponizing the DOJ to do
2 days
some
ago,
shady
I
shit.
signed
I
an
mean,
order
you
making
fucking,
English the official
it was all
language of
over
the
the fucking
United
news.
States of America.
They're like trying to throw. They were trying to do what the fucking Britain land was doing in
renamed
EU
the
or
Gulf
Germany
of
land.
Mexico, the Gulf of America.
They were trying to jail people on free speech. Like, Jesus Christ, you guys are fucked in the head.
And likewise, I renamed for a great president, William McKinley, Mount McKinley again. Beautiful Alaska. I love Alaska. We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military.
What is she doing here?
And our country
She looks so sour right now.
will be
They all look so fucking miserable. Right? Some of these people look so fucking miserable. I mean, you have the Supreme Court judges just being Supreme Court judges.
We have removed the poison of critical race theory from our public schools.
Honestly, all the Supreme Court judges aren't there either. Just this. Yeah, Thomas isn't here. You do. What is it? This is all the Republicans, I think. Yeah, these are. Oh yeah, these are all the. Yeah, these are all Trump's picks, basically. Yeah, well, and then you have you have some of the Democrats that aren't here.
We have removed the poison of critical race theory from our public schools, and I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
False. Guys, I don't. Look, if you want to play the gender identity game, go ahead. But you shouldn't be fucking mixing, right, the sexes of the male and female biology, okay? You're not gonna rewrite the biology book, okay? You're not gonna rewrite science. You just can't. It's not possible. Because science has nothing to do with fiction. It's all reality. Alright.
I also signed an executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports.
Yeah, they really need to do this. Because there's already been some instances of high schoolers getting like literally muffed up. Like, it's not good. Yeah. When I was in high school, when I was doing sports, I got muffed up. Like, especially if you're doing contact sports or super physical sports like basketball or right anything where you can get into contact with people and get into literal fights, right? Even in right football, wrestling, right? You could get into some fights. I mean, obviously, there's right decorum. You should be fucking right. As an athlete, you shouldn't be fucking doing crazy shit. Right, no unsportsmanlike conduct shit, or else
3
your
years
coaches
ago,
will
Peyton
fucking
McNabb
chew you the
was an
fuck out.
all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male, he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially
is this the chick?
paralyzing her right side. And
So this is the chick who got hit by the fucking ball. And as soon as she got clapped by it, she went face down. Like, it was bad.
ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it.
Yeah, she got
Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton,
basically
from now on,
spiked the
schools
ball
will
into her
kick
face.
the men off the girls' team, or they will lose
Rocked her,
all federal
right? Because
funding.
obviously that's gonna fucking whiplash you. And then she straight on her head, which was just not good.
And if you really want to see numbers, just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling, where a male recently finished a long-distance race, 5 hours and 14 minutes.
I mean, I can probably
ahead
pull
of
up
a
more
woman
instances
for a new
of
record by 5 hours.
high school
Broke the record by
incidences
5
gone wrong.
hours. It's demeaning for women, and it's very bad for our country. We're not going to put up with it any longer. What I have just described is only a small fraction of the common sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world. Common sense has become a common theme, and we will never go back. Never. Never going to let that happen. Among my very highest priorities is to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working families. As you know, we inherited from the last administration an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare.
Oh wait,
Their
she's
policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove
Trump
the
get the
necessities of
health
life
score?
out of reach for millions and millions of Americans. They've never had anything like it. We suffered the worst
Oh, no, this is
inflation
a
in
different one.
48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this
Oh
damage
no,
and
they're in the
make America
it's a
affordable
lawsuit.
again.
Something.
Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg price is out of control. And we're working hard to get it back down. Secretary, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous administration. Do a good job. A major focus of our fight to defeat inflation is rapidly reducing the cost of energy. The previous administration cut the number of new oil and gas leases by 95%, slowed pipeline construction to a halt, and closed more than 100 power plants. We are opening up many of those power plants right now. And frankly, we have never seen anything like it. That's why on my first day in office, I declared a national energy.
Wait, is that the vault? I'm so confused. Hold on. Trying to figure out if that's the volleyball player. Is this the same person? No, this is a different person. Okay. This is a different person. But same
Elections
premise.
never seemed
He,
to for
fucking got
Americans. They've never had
they
anything
spiked
like
the
it.
ball and fucking
We suffered the worst inflation in
didn't
48
didn't
years,
go
but
well.
perhaps
Let's just
even
say.
in the agency. As you've heard me say many times, we have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation on earth, and by far. And now I fully authorize the most talented team ever assembled to go and get it. It's called Drill, Baby, Drill. My administration is also working on a gigantic natural gas pipeline in Alaska, among the largest in the world, where Japan, South Korea, and other nations want to be our partner with investments of trillions of dollars each. There's never been anything like that one. It will be truly spectacular. It's all set to go. The permitting is gotten. And later this week, I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA. To further combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy, but will be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars. And to that end,
Yeah, this one too. I remember this one.
Except this video showing
Boom.
boys playing on girls' teams is anything but fair. It's dangerous. This isn't about the suspected transgender kid. It really isn't. We should all have compassion for anybody
Jesus.
who's going through from the court. Activists. There's nothing fair about a college basking both sides, their statement. Sylvia Hatchell's with us, former head basket where the referees live in
Give me
fear
that
of
shit.
trans activists. There's nothing fair about a school where the
guys. And so, you know, they play against women just like the swimmer did when titled males. Race, that right,
in when you're sort of some out of you think
you know,
avenue, thank you. Ball.
coach on the back
Yeah.
It says
for
injures
taking his
3
team
girls.
off.
Only saw the one injury, so.
I have created the
But yeah.
brand new Department of Government Efficiency. DOGE. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps. Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
Uh-oh. Who's she texting? She's probably like, hey, we need to,
Working very hard. He didn't need
this is
this.
what Trump was saying, we need to fight, we need
Thank
to
you
do a
very much. We
campaign on
appreciate
this,
it.
okay?
Everybody here, even this side appreciates it, I believe.
Pocahontas
They
over there.
just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified.
Jeez.
$22 billion from HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of. $60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million.
Afro-American empowerment? What do we do? What? What is that for? Is that like some cultural appropriation bullshit? Like, what are we doing? What?
$8 million for making mice transgender.
Oh, what is that supposed to do? What, you have like a 1 hour, 2 hour seminar on what fucking Afro-American culture is? Like, is that it? Is what? What the fuck is that supposed to do?
This is real. $32 million for a left-wing propaganda operation in Moldova. $10 million for male
I mean,
circumcision.
all it sounds to me like we're setting up more coups in some of these areas. That's what it sounds like. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
In Mozambique. $20 million for the Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program. $20 million for a program. $1.9 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her? A $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring. $1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City. He's a real estate developer. He's done very well. $250,000 to increase vegan local climate action innovation in Zambia. $42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. Asia's doing very well with learning. We know what we're doing. We should use it ourselves. And $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education, the most ever paid, nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them. They're so bad. Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people, headed up by Elon, and we appreciate it. We found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud. And we've taken back the money and reduced our debt to fight inflation and other things. Taking back a lot of that money. We got it just in time. This is just the beginning. The Government Accountability Office, a federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation, and we are working very hard to stop it. We're going to. We're also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors. And that
basically
seniors
just went over going over the whole Doge
Believe
stuff.
it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old. It lists 3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly. 3.47 million people from ages 120 to 129.
He just turns and looks straight fucking at them. It's just like, yo, what the fuck? What are you doing?
3.9 million people from ages 130 to
Who are these people? What the fuck did you do?
139. 3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149. And money is being paid to many of them, and we're searching right now. In fact, Pam, good luck. You're going to find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people. It just keeps getting paid, and nobody does. And it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159, and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160
Yeah,
years old.
that's a little shady. That
We have a
doesn't.
healthier country than I
Eh,
thought about.
yeah, yeah, if that's true, that's not good. It's like, where the fuck is that money going? Hello?
Including, to finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229, one person between the age of 240 and 249, and one person is listed at 360 years of age. More than 100 years older than our country. But we're going to find out where that money's going. And it's not going to be pretty. By slashing all of the fraud, waste, and theft we can find, we will defeat inflation, bring down mortgage rates, lower car payments and grocery prices, protect our seniors, and put more money in the pockets of American families. And today, interest rates took a beautiful drop, big, beautiful drop. It's about time. And in the near future, I want to do what has not been done in 24 years, balance the federal budget. We're going to balance it. With that goal in mind, we have developed in great detail what we are calling the Gold Card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better and more sophisticated. And these people will have to pay tax in our country. They won't have to pay tax from where they came. The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one at the top school, as an example, being forced out and not being allowed to stay and create tremendous numbers of jobs and great success for a company out there. So while we take out the criminals, killers, traffickers, and child predators, who are allowed to enter our country under the open border policy of these people, the Democrats, the Biden administration, the open border insane policies that you've allowed to destroy our country. We will now bring in brilliant, hardworking, job-creating people. They're going to pay a lot of money, and we're going to reduce our debt with that money. Americans have given us a mandate for bold and profound change. For nearly 100 years, the federal bureaucracy has grown until it has crushed our freedoms, ballooned our deficits, and held back America's potential in every
Can you even afford it in New York?
The nation founded
poor
by
bastard.
pioneers and risk takers now drowns under millions and millions of pages of regulations and debt. Approvals that should take 10 days to get instead take 10 years, 15 years, and even 20 years.
If anything, California, New York,
meanwhile, we have hundreds of thousands
even
of
some places in Texas,
not been showing up to work.
Silicon Valley, like anywhere where it's fucking highly tech advanced, you're fucked.
And we will restore
you're not
true
getting a house
democracy
there.
to America again.
Well, actually, it might be cheaper in Texas, to be honest. Also, there's no taxes on certain things.
And any federal bureaucrat who resists this change will be removed
I ain't
from
New York,
office
fool.
immediately.
Why do you keep talking about New York sometimes?
Because we are draining the swamp. It's very simple. And the days of rule by unelected bureaucrats are over.
Because you for sure ain't getting a house in
The
California.
next phase of our plan to deliver the greatest economy in history is for this Congress to pass tax cuts for everybody.
Your ass
They're
is
in
gonna
there,
be
they're waiting for
grass
you
to a
vote,
landlord.
and I'm
And
sure
they're
that
gonna
the
butt
people
fuck
on
you every
my
day.
right, I don't mean the Republican right, but my right here. I'm sure you're going to vote for those tax cuts because otherwise I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that. But I know this group is going to be voting for the tax cuts. Thank you. It's a very, very big part of our plan. We had tremendous success in our first term with it. A very big part of our plan. We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors.
So the no tax on tips. Yeah? Start by paying your tax.
And I also want to make interest payments on car loans tax deductible, but only if the car is made in America.
Wow. Made in America. It's cheaper. Apparently.
And by the way,
Compared
we're
to
gonna growth in the
everywhere
auto
else.
industry like nobody's ever
If that's
seen.
what they're
Plants are
saying.
opening up all over the place. Deals are being made. Never seen. That's a
Who
combination
knows?
of the
We'll
election
see.
win and tariffs. It's a beautiful word.
I mean, right now, the gas station
That,
I
along
usually
with
go
our
to
other
is kind of cheap
policies,
right
will
now compared to what it was
allow
last
our
time.
auto industry to absolutely boom. It's going to boom. Spoke to the majors today, all three, the top people, and they're so excited. In fact, already numerous car companies have announced that they will be building massive automobile plants in America, with Honda just announcing a new plant in Indiana, one of the largest anywhere in the world.
He's selling your people out. We appreciate the stuff your people make in China. The Chinese-made products are bunk as fuck, dude. I don't give a fuck about Chinese products.
And this has taken place since
I mean, you're already
great
getting
victory on
Chinese
November
products
5th,
anyways
a
with
date
your
which will hopefully go down
semiconductors.
as one of the most
Right.
important in the history of our country.
You're already getting half of your product, right? Half of your computer products or any of your anything tech related. Half of it is already coming from China, or more than half of it.
And just as we did before, we
Right,
will
circuit
provide
boards,
100%
CPUs,
expensing.
all
it
that
will
shit.
be retroactive to January 20th, 2025, and it was one of the main reasons why our tax cuts were so successful in our first term, giving us the most successful economy.
We
in
just
the
don't
history
have
of our
the
country.
we don't have the
First term.
production
We
for
had a
that
great
shit in
first term.
America. I mean, we have some, but
If you
not a
don't
lot.
make your product in America, however,
Also,
under
we don't
the
have a
Trump
lot of trained
administration, you will
people to
pay a
do that kind of
tariff,
shit.
and in some
It
cases,
seems like.
a rather large
I mean, we
one.
probably do.
Other
It's just
countries
we're not
have used
doing it.
tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada, have you heard of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them. It's very unfair. India charges us auto tariffs higher than 100%. China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge them. And South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher. Think of that, 4 times higher. And we give so much help militarily and in so many other ways to South Korea. But that's what happens. This is happening by friend and foe. This system is not fair to the United States and never was. And so on April 2nd, I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day. That's not, just one day cost us a lot of money. But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will.
Apparently, we already did tariffs on Canada
Whatever
land
they
today
tax us,
and Mexico
we will
land.
tax them.
Apparently,
If they
Trudeau
do
came out and said
non-monetary
something.
tariffs,
sounded very
to keep us
upset.
out of their market, then we will do non-monetary
He
barriers
sounded very
to keep
upset.
them out of our market. There's a lot of that too. They
Same
won't
with the
even allow
rest of
us in
his
their market.
fucking shit
We will
posse.
take in trillions and trillions of dollars and create jobs like we have never seen before. I did it with China and I did it with others, and the Biden administration couldn't do anything about it because there was so much money they couldn't do anything about it. We have been ripped off for decades by nearly every country on earth, and we will not let that happen any longer.
He's just like, oh shit.
Over the last 3 months about Mexico and Canada. But we have very large deficits with both of them. But even more importantly, they've allowed fentanyl to come into our country at levels never seen before, killing hundreds of thousands of our citizens and many very young, beautiful people, destroying families. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They are, in effect, receiving subsidies of hundreds of billions of dollars. We pay subsidies to Canada and to Mexico of hundreds of billions of dollars, and the United States will not be doing that any longer. We're not going to do it any longer. Thanks to our America First policies we're putting into place, we have had $1.7 trillion of new investment in America in just the past few weeks. The combination of the election and our economic policies that people of SoftBank, one of the most brilliant anywhere in the world, announced a $200 billion investment. OpenAI and Oracle, Larry Ellison, announced $500 billion investment, which they wouldn't have
Oracle,
done
basically
if
people
Kamala
of
had
the
won.
Java
Apple
platform and
announced
JavaScript and all that shit.
$500 billion investment.
That Oracle.
Tim Cook called me. He said, I cannot spend it fast enough. It's going to be much
I
higher
think
than
that's
that,
the
I
one that
believe.
he's talking
They'll
about.
be building their plants here instead of in China. And just yesterday, Taiwan Semiconductor, the biggest in the world, most powerful in the world, has a tremendous amount, 97% of the market, announced a $165 billion investment to build the most powerful chips on earth right here in the USA. And we're not giving them any money. Your CHIPS Act is a horrible, horrible thing. We give hundreds of billions of dollars, and it doesn't mean a thing. They take our money and they don't spend it. All that meant to them, we're giving them no money. All that was important to them was they didn't want to pay the tariffs, so they came and they're building, and many other companies are coming. We don't have to give them money. We just want to protect our businesses and our people, and they will come because they won't have to pay tariffs if they build in America. So it's very amazing. You should get rid of the CHIP Act, and whatever's left over, Mr. Speaker, you should use it to reduce debt or any other reason you want to. Our new trade policy will also be great for the American farmer. I love the farmer.
Trudeau doesn't love his farmers.
Into our home
He
market,
fucked up the
USA,
trucker
because
routes.
nobody is going to be able to compete with you because there's goods that come in from other countries.
Trudeau, have you fixed that situation yet?
really,
Did you
really
pay
in a
back those people you
bad
fucked over so
position in
bad?
so many different ways. They're uninspected.
Probably didn't.
They may be very dirty and disgusting, and they come in and they pour in, and they hurt our American farmers. The tariffs will go on agricultural product coming into America, and our farmers, starting on April 2nd, it may be a little bit of an adjustment period. We had that before when I made the deal with China, $50 billion of purchases, and I said, just bear with me, and they did. They did. Probably have to bear with me again, and this will be even better. That was great. The problem with it was that Biden didn't enforce it. He didn't enforce it. $50 billion of purchases, and we were doing great, but Biden did not enforce it, and it hurt our farmers. But our farmers are going to have a field day right now. So to our farmers, have a lot of fun. I love you too. I love you too. It's all going to happen.
For 4 years, farmers go wild.
And I have also imposed a 25% tariff on foreign aluminum, copper, lumber, and steel, because if we don't have, as an example, steel, and lots of other things, we don't have a military, and frankly, we just won't have a country very long. Here today is a proud American steelworker, fantastic person from Decatur, Alabama, Jeff Denard. Has been working at the same steel plant for 27 years in a job that has allowed him to serve as the captain of his local volunteer fire department, raise 7 children with his beautiful wife, Nicole, and over the years provide a loving home for more than 40 foster
Oh,
children.
he was in the
So
steel
great job.
industry, and now he's a firefighter? What the hell? Interesting.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff.
Alabama. Sweet
Stories like Jeff's
home
remind us that
Alabama.
tariffs are not just about protecting American jobs. They're about protecting the soul of our country. Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that. It won't be much. No, you're not. Oh. And look where Biden took us, very low, the lowest we've ever been. Jeff, I want to thank you very much. And I also want to recognize another person who has devoted herself to foster care community. She works so hard on it. A very loving person, our magnificent First Lady of the United States. Melania's work has yielded incredible results, helping prepare our nation's future leaders as they enter the workforce. Our First Lady is joined by 2 impressive young women, very impressive. Haley Ferguson, who benefited from the First Lady's Fostering the Future initiative and is poised to complete her education and become a teacher. And Elliston Berry, who became a victim of an illicit deepfake image produced by a peer. With Elliston's help, the Senate just passed the Take It Down Act, and this is so important. Thank you very much.
Okay, so
Jen.
yeah, I thought he was going to talk about it since since those people
Thank
were
you,
there.
Jen.
Is this? She wasn't. This is a different person.
Thank you.
They
all very
were.
much.
That person was not at the. She was at the Take It Down thing.
thank
She
you to
wasn't.
John
I don't.
Thune
Oh,
of the
she
Senate.
probably was, but as
Great
a
job. To criminalize the
attendee
publication of
in the
such
back,
images
probably not in
online
the
is terrible, terrible thing.
talking to like
And
Ted
once
Cruz
it
and
passes
everyone.
the House, I look
right.
forward
She
to
wasn't on the
signing
podium
that
with
bill
everyone.
into law. Thank you. And I'm going to use that bill for myself too, if you don't mind. 'Cause
Yeah, I'd
nobody
have to
gets
go
treated
look
worse
back.
than
I'm
I
pretty
do
sure in the
online,
blog.
nobody.
It was yesterday. I'm pretty sure
Great.
she
Thank
wasn't
you very much to the
on the
Senate.
podium
Thank
with
you.
everyone.
But if we truly care about protecting Americans' children, no step is more crucial than securing America's borders. Over the past 4 years, 21 million people poured into the United States. Many of them were murderers,
Border
human
control or-
traffickers, gang members, and other criminals from the streets of dangerous cities all throughout the world. Because of Joe Biden's insane and very dangerous open border policies, they are now strongly embedded in
Border
our
stuff.
country.
Okay.
But we are getting them out and getting them out fast. And I want to thank Tom Homan and Christy. I want to thank you and Paul of Border Patrol. I want to thank you. What a job they've all done. Everybody, Border Patrol, ICE, law enforcement in general is incredible. We have to take care of our law enforcement. Have to. Last year, a brilliant 22-year-old nursing student named Lakin Riley, the best in her class, admired by everybody, went out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia. That morning, Lakin was viciously attacked, assaulted, beaten, brutalized, and horrifically murdered. Lakin was stolen from us by a savage illegal alien gang member who was arrested while trespassing across Biden's open southern border. and then set loose into the United States under the heartless
Oh,
policies of
oh,
that
he
failed
brought some fucking. Oh
administration.
no,
It is indeed
God,
a
why did he?
failed administration. He
Ugh.
had then been arrested
mean,
and
it's-
released in a
I
Democrat-run
gotta play
sanctuary
up the
city, a
reputation, I
disaster,
guess, right?
before ending the life of this beautiful young angel.
Oh, I was just,
With us this evening are Lakin's beloved mother,
she's
Allison, and her
clearly
sister,
having some
Lauren.
PTSD right now.
Last year, I told Lakin's grieving parents that we would ensure their daughter would not have died in vain.
Lincoln Riley.
That's why the very first bill I signed into law as your 47th president mandates the detention of all dangerous criminal aliens who threaten public safety. It's a very strong, powerful act. It's called the Lakin-Riley Act. So Allison and Lauren, America will never, ever forget our beautiful Lakin Hope Riley.
Lincoln Hope Riley Act. Same with the Take It Down Act, right? That Melania Trump did.
Thank you very much. Since taking office, my administration has launched the most sweeping border and immigration crackdown
So they're
in
just
American history.
right.
and we
It
quickly
just
achieved
seems
the
like they're
lowest numbers
codifying
of
it and just
illegal
making
border
sure that
crossers
people enforce it
ever
now.
recorded. Thank you. The media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
he he keeps rubbing it in the fucking Democrats' face. I don't know how dude, I don't know how the Supreme Court judges are taking this, because this is kind of like, you
Biden
shouldn't be
didn't just
doing
open
this.
our borders, he flew illegal
Like, I get
aliens
it.
over them.
Right, he's been
to
attacked
overwhelm our
constantly.
Schools,
I
hospitals,
get
and
it.
communities throughout the country.
It's like, even the judges are
Entire
kind of
towns
just like
Aurora, Colorado, and
stone-faced.
Springfield, Ohio, buckled under the weight of the migrant occupation and corruption like nobody's ever seen before. Beautiful towns destroyed. Now, just as I promised in my inaugural address, we are achieving the great liberation of America. But there still is much work to be done. Here tonight is a woman I have gotten to know, Alexis Nungary from Houston. Wonderful woman. Last June, Alexis's 12-year-old daughter, her precious Jocelyn, walked to a nearby convenience store. She was kidnapped, tied up, assaulted for 2 hours under a bridge, and horrifically murdered. Arrested and charged with this heinous crime are 2 illegal alien monsters from Venezuela, released into America by the last administration through their ridiculous open border. The death of this beautiful 12-year-old girl and the agony of her mother and family touched our entire nation greatly. Alexis, I promised that we would always remember your daughter, your magnificent daughter, and earlier tonight I signed an order keeping my word to you. One thing I have learned about Jocelyn is that she loved animals so much. She loved nature. Across Galveston Bay, from where Jocelyn lived in Houston, you will find a magnificent national wildlife refuge, a pristine, peaceful, 34,000-acre sanctuary for all of God's creatures on the edge of the Gulf of America. Alexis, moments ago, I formally renamed that refuge in loving memory of your beautiful daughter, Jocelyn. So, Mr. Vice President, if you would, may I have the order?
Oh. What was this again? I'm sorry.
That we would always remember your daughter, your magnificent daughter. And earlier tonight, I signed an order keeping my word to you. One thing I have learned about Jocelyn is that she loved animals so much. She loved nature. Across Galveston Bay, from where Jocelyn lived in Houston, you will find a magnificent national wildlife refuge. A pristine,
made a
peaceful,
small national park
34,000
in her
acre
name, basically, in
sanctuary
Houston.
for all of God's creatures on the edge of the Gulf of America. Alexis, moments ago, I formally renamed that refuge in loving memory of your beautiful daughter, Jocelyn. So, Mr. Vice President, if you would, may I have the order? Thank you very much. All three savages charged with Jocelyn and Lakin's murders were members of the Venezuelan prison gang, the toughest gang, they say, in the world, known as Tren de Aragua. 2 weeks ago, I officially designated this gang, along with MS-13 and the bloodthirsty Mexican drug cartels, as foreign terrorist organizations. They are now officially in the same category as ISIS, and that's not good for them. Countless thousands of these terrorists were welcomed into the U.S. by the Biden administration. But now every last one will be rounded up and forcibly removed from our country, or, if they're too dangerous, put in jails, standing trial in this country, because we don't want them to come back ever. With us this evening is a warrior on the front lines of that battle, Border Patrol Agent Roberto Ortiz. Great guy. In January, Roberto and another agent were patrolling by the Rio Grande, near an area known as Cartel Island. Doesn't sound too nice to me. When heavily armed gunmen started shooting at them, Roberto saw that his partner was totally exposed, at great danger, and he leapt into action, returning fire and providing crucial seconds for his fellow agent to seek safety, just barely. I have some of the prints of that event, and it was not good. Agent Ortiz, we salute you for your great courage and for your line of fire that you took and for the bravery that you showed. We honor you, and we will always honor you. Thank you, Roberto, very much. Thank you, Roberto. And I actually got to know him on my many calls to the border. He's a great, great gentleman. The territory to the immediate south of our border is now dominated entirely by criminal cartels that murder, rape, torture, and exercise total control. They have total control over a whole nation, posing a grave threat to our national security. The cartels are waging war in America, and it's time for America to wage war on the cartels, which we are doing.
Cartel stuff, okay. So yeah, it seems like he's basically just...
5 nights ago, Mexican authorities,
hitting all the
because
things
of
that he's
our
already done in the
tariff
past.
policies being imposed on them. Think of this. Handed over to us 29 of the biggest cartel leaders in their country. That has never happened before. They want to make us happy. First time ever. But we need Mexico and Canada to do much more than they've done, and they have to stop the fentanyl and drugs pouring into the USA. They're going to stop it. I have sent Congress a detailed funding request laying out exactly how we will eliminate these threats to protect our homeland and complete the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than current record holder President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a moderate man, but someone who believed very strongly in borders. Americans expect Congress to send me this funding without delay so I can sign it into law. So, Mr. Speaker, John Thune, both of you, I hope you're going to be able to do that, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Mr. Leader, thank you. Thank you very much. And let's get it to me. I'll sign it so fast, you won't even believe it.
I will sign it so fast. The happy bill.
And as
Happy
we
bill.
reclaim our sovereignty, we must also bring back
We
law
must also
and
bring
order
back-
to our cities and towns. In recent years, our justice system has been turned upside down by radical left lunatics. Many jurisdictions virtually
he
ceased
keeps
enforcing the
doing
law
this.
against dangerous
He
repeat
literally
offenders while
keeps
weaponizing
looking
law
at them when
enforcement
he's
against
gonna fucking roast
political
them.
opponents like me. My administration has
Oh,
acted
God.
swiftly and decisively to restore fair, equal, and impartial
I bet the
justice
Democrats
under
are
the
not liking the
constitutional
whole,
rule of law, starting at the
they're
FBI
getting
and the
fucking spit
DOJ.
roasted.
Pam, good luck. Cash, wherever you may be, good luck. Good luck. Pam Bondi. Good luck. So important. Going to do a great job. Cash, thank you. Thank you, Cash. They've already started very strong. They're going to do a fantastic job. You're going to be very proud of them. We're also once again giving our police officers the support, protection, and respect they so dearly deserve. They have to get it. They have such a hard, dangerous job, but we're going to make it less dangerous. The problem is the bad guys don't respect the law, but they're starting to respect it, and they soon will respect it. This also includes our great fire departments throughout the country. Our firemen and women are unbelievable people, and I will never forget them. And besides that, they voted for me in record numbers, so I have no choice. One year ago this month, 31-year-old New York police officer Jonathan Diller, unbelievably wonderful person and a great officer, was gunned down at a traffic stop on Long Island. I went to his funeral. The vicious criminal charged with his murder had 21 prior arrests, and they were rough arrests, too. He was a real bad one. The thug in the seat next to him had 14 prior arrests and went by the name of Killer. He was Killer. He killed other people, they say, a lot of them. I attended Officer Diller's service, and when I met his wife and one-year-old son, Ryan, it was very inspirational, actually. His widow's name is Stephanie, and she is here tonight. Stephanie, thank you very much, Stephanie. Thank you very much. Stephanie, we're going to make sure that Ryan knows his dad was a true hero, New York's finest, and we're going to get these cold-blooded killers and repeat offenders off our streets, and we're going to do it fast. Got to stop it. They get out with 28 arrests. They push people into subway trains. They hit people over the head, back of the head with baseball bats. We got to get them out of here. I've already signed an executive order requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer. And tonight I'm asking Congress to pass that policy into permanent law. I'm also asking for a new crime bill getting tough on repeat offenders while enhancing protections for America's police officers so they can do their jobs without fear of their lives being totally destroyed. They don't want to be killed. We're not going to let them be killed. Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
This is the... I'm guessing... sort of like the Make-A-Wish Child Foundation stuff?
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago. Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer, actually a number of times. The police love him, the police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service. Thank you, DJ. DJ's doctors believe his cancer likely came from a chemical he was exposed to when he was younger. Since 1975, rates of child cancer have increased by more than 40%. Reversing this trend is one of the top priorities for our new presidential commission to make America healthy again, chaired by our new Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, Jr. With the name Kennedy, you would have thought everybody over here would have been cheering. How quickly they forget. Our goal is to get toxins out of our environment, poisons out of our food supply, and keep our children healthy and strong. As an example, not long ago, and you can't even believe these numbers, 1 in 10,000 children had autism, 1 in 10,000, and now it's 1 in 36. There's something wrong.
He
1
brought
in
that
36.
up.
Think of that. So we're going to find out what it is, and there's nobody better than Bobby and all of the people that are working with you. You have the best to figure out what is going on. Okay, Bobby, good luck. It's a very important job. Thank you.
Nope.
Thank you. My administration is also working to protect our children from toxic ideologies in our schools. A few years ago, January Littlejohn and her husband discovered that their daughter's school had secretly socially transitioned their 13-year-old little girl. Teachers and administrators conspired to deceive January and her husband while encouraging her daughter to use a new name and pronouns. They, them pronoun, actually, all without telling January, who is here tonight and is now a courageous advocate against this form of child abuse. January, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Stories like this are why, shortly after taking office, I signed an executive order banning public schools from indoctrinating our children with transgender ideology. I also signed an order to cut off all taxpayer funding to any institution that engages
Yo,
in
Dream,
the
I
sexual
identify as
mutilation
Asian.
of our youth.
It doesn't work like that, bro. It doesn't work like that.
And now I want
Are you
Congress
gonna
to pass a bill
identify as
permanently
a
banning
black person
and
now too?
criminalizing sex changes on children and forever ending the lie that any child is trapped.
Are you now gonna identify as some Turkish guy now? Or some Jewish guy? It's like,
And our
I don't think
message
it works like that.
to every child in America is that you are perfect exactly the way God made you.
Right, we're not talking about like some plastic surgery, right, espionage shit
Because we're
here,
getting wokeness
right?
out of our schools and out of our military, and it's already
Right, we're
out.
not James
And
Bond,
it's out
okay?
of our society. We don't want it. Wokeness is trouble. Wokeness
Now
is
get
bad.
back in the
It's
kitchen,
gone.
Seuss.
It's gone. And we feel so much better for it, don't we? Don't we feel better? Our service members won't be activists and ideologues. They will be fighters and warriors. They will fight for our country. And Pete, congratulations.
So
Secretary
it was
of Defense, congratulations.
the estimated rate of ASD among 8-year-old children in the United States is 1 in 36, up from 1 in 44.
And he's not
That's
big into
actually-
the woke movement.
Oh,
I
but
can
that was
tell
in
you.
2018.
I know him well. I am pleased to report that in January, the U.S. Army had its single best recruiting month in 15 years, and that all armed services are having among the best recruiting results ever in the history of our services. What a difference.
Yeah, I'm surprised the judges are still fucking up. The judges are
And
still
you know
up
it
this
was
late.
just
I would
a
think
few
they
months
would have
ago
like
where
clocked
the
out
results
already.
were exactly the opposite. We couldn't recruit
Oh,
anywhere.
then
We
again, this
couldn't
was like
recruit.
5 hours ago,
Now we're
so
having
it's understandable.
the best
Never mind.
results
It was just
about that we've ever
it's like
had.
lunchtime,
what a tremendous
basically.
turnaround. It's really a beautiful thing to see.
I mean, lunchtime,
People love our country
dinner,
again. It's very simple.
at
They
lunchtime.
love our country, and they love being in our military again. So it's a great thing, and thank you very much. Great job. Thank you. We're joined tonight by a young man, Jason Hartley, who knows the weight of that call of duty. Jason's father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all wore the uniform.
Oh,
Jason tragically lost his
said
dad,
Call of Duty, so also like,
who was
huh?
also a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy when he was just a boy, and now he wants to carry
I
on
was
the
all like,
family
we playing
legacy of
COD
service.
now? What?
Jason is a senior in high school, a
He's talking
six-letter
about
varsity athlete, a really good athlete, they say.
going
A
into the
brilliant
military.
student with a 4.46, that's good, GPA. And his greatest dream is to attend the U.S. Military Academy at West Point.
Yeah, actually, West Point is actually very prestigious. You need a pretty good grades to get in.
And Jason, that's a very big deal getting in. That's a hard one to get into. But I'm pleased to inform you that your application has been accepted. You will soon be joining the Corps of Cadets.
Oh. Got a scholarship to West Point. Oh. That is pretty big. I thought the Call of Duty
Jason,
zombies
you're
was
gonna be on
about
the long
to
gray
burst
line,
open
Jason.
through the doors when he said
As Commander-in-Chief, my
This is
focus is on building
concept
the
of
most powerful
Trump
military
fighting
of the
off
future.
zombies is.
As a first step, I'm asking Congress to fund a state-of-the-art
What do you mean?
Golden
Isn't there
Dome
some?
missile
Oh,
defense
actually,
shield to
no.
protect
They
our
were
homeland,
fucking.
all made in the USA.
Nexus Mod Manager doesn't allow like presidential candidates for some reason.
And Ronald Reagan wanted to do it long ago, but the technology just wasn't there, not even close. But now we have the technology. It's incredible, actually. And other places, they have it. Israel has it. Other places have it. And the United States should have it too, right, Tim, right? They should have it too. So I want to thank you. But it's a very, very important. This is a very dangerous world. We should have it. We want to be protected, and we're going to protect our citizens like never before. To boost our defense industrial base, we are also going to resurrect the American shipbuilding industry, including commercial shipbuilding and military shipbuilding. And for that purpose, I am announcing tonight that we will create a new Office of Shipbuilding in the White House and offer special tax incentives to bring this industry home to America where it belongs. We used to make so many ships. We don't make them anymore very much, but we're going to make them very fast, very soon. It will have a huge impact. To further enhance our national security, my administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal, and we've already started doing it. Just today, a large American company announced they are buying both ports around the Panama Canal and lots of other things having to do with the Panama Canal and a couple of other canals. The Panama Canal was built by Americans for Americans, not for others, but others could use it. But it was built at tremendous cost of American blood and treasure. 38,000 workers died building the Panama Canal. They died of malaria. They died of snake bites and mosquitoes. Not a nice place to work. They paid them very highly to go there, knowing there was a 25% chance that they would die. The most expensive project also that was ever built in our country's history, if you bring it up to modern day costs. It was given away by the Carter administration for $1, but that agreement has been violated very severely. We didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back. Now we have Marco Rubio in charge. Good luck, Marco. Now, we know who to blame if anything goes wrong. Marco's been amazing, and he's going to do a great job. Think of it, he got 100 votes. You know, he was approved with actually 99, but the 100th was this gentleman, and I feel very certain. So let's assume he got 100 votes, and I'm either very, very happy about that or I'm very concerned about it. But he's already proven. I mean, he's a great gentleman. He's respected by everybody, and we appreciate you voting for Marco. He's going to do a fantastic job. Thank you. Thank you. He's doing a great job. Great job. And I also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland. We strongly support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security, and I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it. We will keep you safe. We will make you rich, and together we will take Greenland to heights like you have never thought possible before. It's a very small population, but very, very large piece of land and very, very important for military security. America is once again standing strong against the forces of radical Islamic terrorism. 3.5 years ago, ISIS terrorists killed 13 American service members and countless others in the
Talking
Abbey
about the
Gate
Afghan
bombing
stuff
during the
now and
disastrous
ISIS.
and incompetent withdrawal from Afghanistan. Not that they were withdrawing, it was the way they withdrew. Perhaps the most embarrassing moment in the history of our
what are you
country.
talking about?
Concerned about it. It was a 25% chance that they would die. The most expensive project also that was ever built in our country's history, if you bring it up to modern day costs. It was given away by the Carter administration for $1.
Oh, he talked about
But
the
that
Panama.
and
That's what it
England
was. I was like,
top
I
terrorist
kind of like checked
responsible
out
for
right
that
there.
atrocity. And he is right now on his way here to face the swift sword of American justice.
These people, those people in the back checked out.
And I want to thank especially the government of Pakistan for helping arrest this monster. This was a very momentous day for those 13 families who I actually got to know very well, most of them, whose children were murdered, and the many people that were so badly, over 42 people, so badly injured on that fateful day in Afghanistan. What a horrible day. Such incompetence was shown that when Putin saw what happened, I guess he said, wow, maybe this is my chance. That's how bad it was. Should have never happened. Grossly incompetent people. I spoke to many of the parents and loved ones, and they're all in our hearts tonight. Just spoke to them on the phone. We had a big call. Every one of them called, and everybody was on the line, and they did nothing but cry with happiness. They were very happy, as happy as you can be under those circumstances. Their child, brother, sister, son, daughter, was killed for no reason whatsoever. In the Middle East, we're bringing back our hostages from Gaza. In my first term, we achieved one of the most groundbreaking peace agreements in generations, the Abraham Accords. And now we're going to build on that foundation to create a more peaceful and prosperous future for the entire region. A lot of things are happening in the Middle East. People have been talking about that so much lately with everything going on with Ukraine and Russia. But a lot of things are happening in the Middle East. It's a rough neighborhood, actually. I'm also working tirelessly to end the savage conflict in Ukraine. Millions of Ukrainians and Russians have been needlessly
Oh, he did talk about the Middle East a little bit. It's just he didn't say it.
End in sight.
He didn't say the
United States has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense, with no security, with no anything. Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years? Yeah, you would say Pocahontas says yes.
Fucking talking about Elizabeth Warren. Fuck yeah.
2,000 people are being killed every single week. More than that. They're Russian young people. They're Ukrainian young people. They're not Americans, but I want it to stop. Meanwhile, Europe has sadly spent more money buying Russian oil and gas than they have spent on defending Ukraine, by far. Think of that. They've spent more buying Russian oil and gas than they have defending. And we've spent perhaps $350 billion, like taking candy from a baby. That's what happened. And they've spent $100 billion. What a difference that is. And we have an ocean separating us, and they don't. But we're getting along very well with them, and lots of good things are happening. Biden has authorized more money in this fight than Europe has spent by billions and billions of dollars. It's hard to believe that they wouldn't have stopped it and said, at some point, come on, let's equalize. You got to be equal to us. But that didn't happen. Earlier today, I received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians, he said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty and independence. Regarding the agreement on minerals and security, Ukraine is ready to sign it at any time that is convenient for you. I appreciate that he sent this letter, just got it a little while ago. Simultaneously, we've had serious discussions with Russia and have received strong signals that they are ready for peace. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful? It's time to stop this madness. It's time to halt the killing. It's time to end this senseless war. If you want to end wars, you have to talk to both sides. Nearly 4 years ago, amid rising tensions, a history teacher named Mark Fogel was detained in Russia and sentenced to 14 years in a penal colony. Rough stuff. The previous administration barely lifted a finger to help him. They knew he was innocent, but they had no idea where to begin. But last summer, I promised his 95-year-old mother, Malphine, that we would bring her boy safely back home. After 22 days in office, I did just that, and they are here tonight. To Mark and his great mom, we are delighted to have you safe and sound and with us. As fate would have it, Mark Fogel was born in a small rural town in Butler, Pennsylvania. Have you heard of it? Where his mother has lived for the past 78 years. I just happened to go there last July 13th for a rally. That was not pleasant. And that is where I met his beautiful mom right before I walked onto that stage. And I told her I would not forget what she said about her son. And I never did I? Never forgot. Less than 10 minutes later, at that same rally, gunfire rang out, and a sick and deranged assassin unloaded 8 bullets from his sniper's perch into a crowd of many thousands of people. My life was saved by a fraction of an inch, but some were not so lucky. Corey Comparator was a firefighter, a veteran, a Christian, a husband, a devoted father, and above all, a protector. When the sound of gunshots pierced the air, it was a horrible sound. Corey knew instantly what it was and what to do. He threw himself on top of his wife and daughters and shielded them from the bullets with his own body. Corey was hit really hard. You know the story from there. He sacrificed his life to save theirs. 2 others, very fine people, were also seriously hit. But thankfully, with the help of 2 great country doctors, we thought they were gone and they were saved. So those doctors had great talent. We're joined by Corey's wife, Helen, who was his high school sweetheart, and their 2 beloved daughters, Allison and Kaylee. Thank you.
Forget it. Latinos are rapists now. Where's my house? This guy.
To Helen, Allison, and Kaylee, Corey is looking down on his three beautiful ladies right now, and he is cheering you on. He loves you. He is cheering you on. Corey was taken from us much too soon, but his destiny was to leave us all with a shining example of the selfless devotion of a true American patriot. It was love like Corey's that built our country, and it's love like Corey's that is going to make our country more majestic than ever before. I believe that my life was saved that day in Butler for a very good reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. I believe that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. From the patriots of Lexington and Concord to the heroes of Gettysburg and Normandy, from the warriors who crossed the Delaware to the trailblazers who climbed the Rockies, and from the legends who soared at Kitty Hawk to the astronauts who touched the moon, Americans have always been the people who defied all odds, transcended all dangers, made the most extraordinary sacrifices, and did whatever it took to defend our children, our country, and our freedom. And as we have seen in this chamber tonight, that same strength, faith, love, and spirit is still alive and thriving in the hearts of the American people. Despite the best efforts of those who would try to censor us, silence us, break us, destroy us, Americans are today a proud, free, sovereign, and independent nation that will always be free, and we will fight for it till death. We will never let anything happen to our beloved country, because we are a country of doers, dreamers, fighters, and survivors. Our ancestors crossed a vast ocean, strode into the unknown wilderness, and carved their fortunes from the rock and soil of a perilous and very dangerous frontier. They chased our destiny across a boundless continent. They built the railroads, laid the highways, and graced the world with American marvels like the Empire State Building, the mighty Hoover Dam, and the towering Golden Gate Bridge. They lit the world with electricity, broke free of the force of gravity, fired up the engines of American industry, vanquished the communists, fascists, and Marxists all over the world, and gave us countless modern wonders sculptured out of iron, glass, and steel. We stand on the shoulders of these pioneers who won and built the modern age, these workers who poured their sweat into the skylines of our cities, these warriors who shed their blood on fields of battle and gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. Now it is our time to take up the righteous cause of American liberty, and it is our turn to take America's destiny into our own hands and begin the most thrilling days in the history of our country. This will be our greatest era. With God's help, over the next 4 years, we are going to lead this nation even higher, and we are going to forge the freest, most advanced, most dynamic, and most dominant civilization ever to exist on the face of this earth. We are going to create the highest quality of life, build the safest and wealthiest and healthiest and most vital communities anywhere in the world. We are going to conquer the vast frontiers of science, and we are going to lead humanity into space and plant the American flag on the planet Mars and even far beyond.
Oh, no. We're going to Pluto. We're going to Uranus.
And through it all, we are going to rediscover the
Uranus.
unstoppable power of the American spirit. And we are going to renew
Sorry.
unlimited promise of
Fucking
the American dream.
being childish.
Every single day, we will stand up and we will fight, fight, fight for the country our citizens believe in. And
Oh
for the
shit,
country
he
our
said
people
fight,
deserve.
fight, fight. He said the thing. He said the things.
My fellow Americans, get ready for an incredible future because the golden age of America has only just begun. It will be like nothing that has ever been seen before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
Here it is. We're going to Puto? Oh, fuck. There's something wrong with you. No. No. You don't want to go to Puto. It's not a good way. You probably don't want to go that way. Just saying.
Thank you, darling.
Wait, what did you say? Let's do bio something? I'm just kidding.
I did it.
I feel bad for that one lady. Because she said something and Trump did just like brushed it. He had a lot of people talking to him.
Gentleman from Louisiana seek recognition.
Referred to the committee of the whole House on the State of the Union and ordered printed.
Without objection. Does the- Gentleman from- Motion is on the motion to adjourn.
That finds the cure for
Like they're trying to get people ready. What's this part right here? There's a speech right here.
when America could do that without being summarily.
I'm sorry, what? I can't even hear what the fuck she's saying. Is there... what?
The country that the dramatic shakeups he's made in
Wars in Iraq.
She's a former CIA.
A lot shorter.
She's a former CIA.
Okay, so this is apparently the former CIA agent who was apparently during the Biden shit. So no house? Yeah, no house. They didn't talk about it. Well, I mean, they talked a little bit about housing affordability in the beginning. But, yeah, it wasn't much.
Welcome back to our special coverage of President Trump's joint address to Congress, where the president praised his administration's cuts to the federal workforce along with the tariffs put in place today.
Yeah, a speech that was wide-ranging in the subject matter. In any moment now, we're about to hear it from the Democrats here. The response will come from Michigan Senator Alyssa Slotkin. She's a former CIA analyst. She served in Iraq as well. Also did national security issues at the Pentagon and the White House during the Bush and Obama administrations. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer has called her a rising star in the Democratic Party. And NBC News has learned she's going to speak from Wyandotte, Michigan. This is a swing town.
I don't know. It's a female CIA agent. And apparently she was there for the Bush, Biden, or wait, Bush and Obama admin. Yeah, I don't know.
So she just had a very hard-fought race in Michigan. She
Bush Obama, sorry.
Won Michigan.
Yeah.
So let's hear from Senator Slotkin here.
Wait, did I say Biden? No, I said Obama, right?
Hi, everyone. I'm Alyssa Slotkin. I'm honored to have the opportunity to speak tonight.
Senator. Oh, she's a senator of Michigan now. Yikes. And she was part of the CIA. Super fed. Super glowy. Yeah, no, I don't like this person.
It's late, so I promise to be a lot shorter than what you just watched. I won't take it personally if you've never heard of me. I'm the new senator from the great...
No, I'm good. I've never heard of you because we probably won't jive together, to be honest. You're a fucking
state of Michigan, where I
glowy
grew
through
up.
and through.
I've been in public service my entire life because I happened to be in New York City on 9/11 when the Twin Towers came down. Before the smoke cleared, I knew I wanted to make a life in national security. I was recruited by the CIA and did 3 tours in Iraq alongside the military.
I wanted
In
to do
between, I worked
national
at the White House
security
under
so I
President
could
Bush
shove my
and President
foot
Obama,
on people's
2
throats.
very different leaders who both believed that America is exceptional. You can find that same sense of patriotism here in Wyandotte, Michigan, where I'm speaking from tonight. It's a working class town just south of Detroit. President Trump and I both won here in November. It might not seem like it, but plenty of places like this still exist across the United States. Places where people believe that if you work hard and play by the rules, you should do well and your kids should do better. It reminds me of how I grew up. My dad was a lifelong Republican, my mom a lifelong Democrat. But it was never a big deal because we had shared values that were bigger than any one party. We just went through another fraught election season. Americans made it clear that prices are too high and that the government needs to be more responsive to their needs. America wants change, but there's a responsible way to make change and a reckless way. And we can make that change without forgetting who we are as a country.
Wait, so are you saying that Trump was the wrong... Oh, I feel bad. Oh no. I'm gonna do this person dirty. Whoops.
And as a democracy. So that's what I'm going to lay out tonight. Because whether you're from Wyandotte or Wichita, most Americans share 3 core beliefs: that the middle class is the engine of our country, that strong national security protects us from harm, and that our democracy, no matter how messy, is unparalleled and worth fighting for. Let's start with the economy. Michigan literally invented the middle class, the revolutionary idea that you could work at an auto plant and afford the car you were building. That's the American dream. And in order to expand and protect the middle class, we have to do a few basic things. We need to bring down the price of things we spend the most money on: groceries, housing, healthcare. We need to make more things in America with good-paying union jobs and bring our supply chains back home from places like China. We need to give American businesses the certainty they need to invest and create the jobs of the future. And we need a tax system that's fair for people who don't happen to make $1 billion. Look, the president talked a big game on the economy, but it's always important to read the fine print. So, do his plans actually help Americans get ahead? Not even close. President Trump is
not even close.
trying to deliver an unprecedented giveaway to his billionaire friends.
She's fucking reaching.
He's on the hunt to find trillions of dollars to pass along to the wealthiest in America. And to do that, he's going to make you pay in every part of your life. Grocery and home prices are going up, not down. And he hasn't laid out...
I don't know. I just went to get gas today. Or yesterday. What time is it? Oh, yeah, today. It was cheaper than last time. I think the last time I got gas was like $5. $5 a gallon. During Biden, it was like 5 and... what, 5.5 almost? It got down to like 5.30, right? It was in the low 5s when Biden was around. And then towards the end of Biden, it started getting cheaper, obviously. It was like I want to say $5, probably at the end of Biden. And then when Trump came back in office, it just came back. It went down lower to probably 4.49, something like that. Well, I have the receipt, but yeah,
Incredible
it was
plan
like
to deal with
$4.49 a
those.
gallon
His tariffs on allies like Canada will raise prices on energy, lumber,
today,
and cars,
at least.
and start a trade war that will hurt manufacturing.
And that's
and farmers.
California gas.
Your premiums and
Yay.
prescriptions will cost more because the math on his proposals doesn't work without going after your health care. Meanwhile, for those keeping score, the national debt is going up, not down. And if he's not careful, he could walk us right into a recession.
The national debt has been always going up. I know she's trying to make an argument, but her argument has holes in it. Oh shit, what did mute?
In order to pay for his plan, he could very well come after your retirement.
Why? Because he said he was looking into, I guess Social Security
Medicare,
and stuff.
and VA benefits.
If anything, he's probably trying to re-implement those, but okay, whatever. And I'm pretty sure he has in some form or fashion.
You worked your whole life to earn. The president claims he won't, but Elon Musk just called Social Security the biggest.
Ah, see, there it is. Yep. And the Social Security is the biggest fraud because they found these people who are over this many years old, and that's our money, bitch.
Biggest Ponzi scheme of all time.
You're fucking
While we're on the
high.
subject of Elon Musk, is there anyone in America who is comfortable with him and his gang of 20-year-olds using?
I'm fine with it. Sure, I don't give a fuck. Hey, as long as they're trying to fix the goddamn system, I'm fine with it.
their own computer servers to poke through your tax returns, your health information, and your bank accounts. No oversight, no protection.
You could say the same thing about your guys' party, right? The Democrat Party, when they were in power. They did fuck all. If anything, they also had... they had some fucking security issues. People's information were getting fucking leaked like year after year. Like, what are we talking about here?
Against cyber attack. No guardrails on
what do you mean? Cyber attacks happen like almost every day. Literally, these people are hitting hospitals, fucking, right, tech places, anywhere. Anything to get fucking information. Like, what? So what are you talking about?
what they do with your private data. We need a more efficient government. You want to cut waste? I'll help you do it. But change doesn't need to be chaotic or make
I don't
us
want
less
your
safe.
help. I'm sorry.
The mindless firing of people who work to protect our nuclear weapons.
He hasn't been well, I mean, he has. Okay, maybe a couple of instances he might have, shot first and asked questions later. Yeah, sure. Some of it was not a good idea. But I mean, he tried to fix it after, right?
Keep our planes from crashing and conduct the research that finds the cure for.
Oh, you're gonna blame the fucking planes on it. Even though Biden was in power.
Cancer, only to rehire them 2 days later? No CEO in America could do that without being summarily fired. Okay, so we've talked about economic security. How about national security? Let's start with the border.
Don't do it. Don't say anything about the border, please. I probably don't know what you're talking about.
As someone who spent my whole career protecting our homeland, every country deserves to know who and what is coming across its border. Period. Democrats and Republicans should all be for that. But security.
Yeah, but you say that, but that wasn't happening during Biden. He was just allowing people to run through. Right? You saw that one instance where they fucking were flooding in, right? They even attacked some of the Border Patrol people. It's like, Jesus Christ, you guys are fucking animals.
securing the border without actually fixing our broken immigration system is dealing with the symptom and not the disease. America is a nation of immigrants. We need a functional system keyed to the needs of our economy that allows vetted people to come and work here legally. So I look forward to the president's plan on that. Because here's the thing. Today's world is deeply interconnected. Migration, cyber threats, AI, environmental destruction, terrorism. One nation cannot face these issues alone. We need friends in all corners, and our safety depends on it. President Trump loves to say peace through strength. That's actually a line he stole from Ronald Reagan. But let me tell you, after the spectacle that just took place in the Oval Office last week, Reagan must be rolling in his grave. We all want an end to the war in Ukraine, but Reagan understood that true strength required America to combine our military and economic might with moral clarity. And that scene in the Oval Office wasn't just a bad episode of reality TV. It summed up Trump's whole approach to the world. He believes in cozying up to dictators like Vladimir Putin and kicking our friends like the Canadians in the teeth. He sees American leadership as merely a series of real estate transactions. As a Cold War kid, I'm thankful it was Reagan and not Trump in office in the 1980s. Trump would have lost us the Cold War. Donald Trump's actions suggest that in his heart, he doesn't believe we're an exceptional nation. He clearly doesn't think we should lead the world. Look, America is not perfect, but I stand with the majority of Americans who believe we are still exceptional, unparalleled. And I would rather have American leadership over Chinese or Russian leadership any day of the week. Because for generations, America has offered something better. Our security and our prosperity, yes, but our democracy, our very system of government, has been the aspiration of the world. And right now, it's at risk. It's at risk when the president decides you can pick and choose what rules you want to follow, when he ignores court orders and the Constitution itself.
What do you mean? He hasn't ignored court orders, I don't think. Talking about... Oh, are you talking about the stuff that that your Democrat judges have been trying to push on him? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys got nothing on that.
Or when elected leaders stand by and just let it happen. But it's also at risk when the president pits Americans against each other, when he demonizes those who are different and tells certain people they shouldn't be included. Because America is not just a patch of land between two oceans. We are more than that. Generations have fought and died to secure the fundamental rights that define us. Those rights and the fight for them make us who we are. We're a nation of strivers, risk takers, innovators, and we are never satisfied. That is America's superpower. And look, I've lived and worked in many countries. I've seen democracies flicker out. I've seen what life is like when a government is rigged. You can't open a business without paying off a corrupt official. You can't criticize the guys in charge without getting a knock at the door in the middle of the night. So as much as we need to make our government more responsive to our lives today, don't for one moment fool yourself that democracy isn't precious and worth saving. But how do we actually do that? I know a lot of you have been asking that question. First, don't tune out. It's easy to be exhausted, but America needs you now more than ever. If previous generations had not fought for this democracy, where would we be today? Second, hold your elected officials, including me, accountable. Watch how they're voting. Go to town halls and demand they take action. That's as American as apple pie. Third, organize. Pick just one issue you're passionate about and engage. And doom scrolling doesn't count. Join a group that cares about your issue and act. And if you can't find one, start one. Some of the most important movements in our history have come from the bottom up. In closing, we all know that our country is going through something right now. We're not sure what the next day is going to hold, let alone the next decade. But this isn't the first time we've experienced significant and tumultuous change as a country. I'm a student of history, and we've gone through periods of political instability before. And ultimately, we've chosen to keep changing this country for the better. But every single time, we've only gotten through those moments because of two things: engaged citizens and principled leaders. Engaged citizens who do a little bit more than they're used to doing to fight for the things that they care about, and principled leaders who are ready to receive the ball and do something about it. So thank you tonight for caring about your country. Just by watching, you qualify as engaged citizens. And I promise that I and my fellow Democrats will do everything in our power to be the principled leaders that you deserve. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, sorry, I was like checked out of that, listening to that dumb bitch. I'm sorry.
Let me tell you, after the spectacle that just took place in the Oval Office last week, Reagan must be rolling in his grave.
You can say the same thing about our forefathers rolling in their grave looking at all this bullshit, too. They'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about, bitch?
We all want an end to the war in Ukraine. But Reagan understood that true strength required America to combine our military and economic.
Was it Reagan who was the one who was all like, yeah, let's expand NATO? Was he the fucking idiot? A controversy regarding the legacy of eastward NATO expansion. That's Wikipedia. Oh, the National Security Archives. Here we go. Declassified document. So they did declassify this. Security assurances against NATO expansion to Soviet leaders. From Baker, Bush, Genscher, Kohl, Gates, Mitterrand, Thatcher, Hurd, Major, and Warner. So, they promised not to expand, right? Right? Security assurances that NATO was not going to expand. But for whatever reason, they did. Slavic Studies panels addresses who promised what to whom on NATO expansion. Yeah, like all I could probably say it was just over fucking land and resources. Who wants what? Who gets what? Who gets the money and who does not get the money? Mikhail Gorbachev. But yeah. Oh, it was President Clinton. Sorry. Yeah, what did she bring up Reagan for? American foreign policy during the presidency of Ronald Reagan focused heavily on the Cold War, which shifted from détente to confrontation. The Reagan administration pursued policy of rollback with regards to communist regime. His belief that Americans' international prestige and power had declined perceptuously over not just the last 4 years, but the entire preceding decade. Reagan particularly wanted to redefine national policy toward the Soviet Union. Oh, I guess that's why she's talking about fucking Reagan, because he was the one that wanted to do different policy making. Pertaining to, right, the USSR, or the Soviet Union. President Harry Truman adopted in 1947 that both parties, but Reagan believed that the Soviets had taken advantage of a détente as practiced by Nixon. Because he took away the draft and shit? Was that one? Or the conscriptions? No, well, yeah, it was called the draft, but yeah. The easing of hostility or strained relations, especially between countries. Oh. So, because of the Soviets taking advantage of the breakdown of relationships by Nixon, Ford, and Carter. At the SALT II nuclear treaty, negotiated by Carter but never ratified by the Senate, imposed greater limits on than the Soviet Union. Oh, what was the SALT II nuclear treaty? Was that the de-nuking stuff? It was a nuclear arms treaty signed Jimmy Carter and Soviet Union. The treaty was intended to limit the... Oh, yeah, so yeah, that was the de-nuking stuff, yeah. The limit of the number of nuclear weapons that the U.S. and the Soviet Union could have. Yeah, so we basically put a cap on it. Yeah, and basically we haven't made nukes ever since. Because we just fucking stockpiled so much. Yeah, honestly, after what? After the Pearl Harbor incident, right? Yeah, that's when. Yeah, they were in production mode, right? During World War I, World War II, full production mode. Right, even after World War I ended, I'm pretty sure that they were still producing a lot of armaments. Right, because I guess the second one was coming. And then after that, during the Cold War, it was just like, well, we got all of these armaments because we thought it was gonna go longer, but it didn't. I know I'm kind of just paraphrasing, but look, you don't want a bunch of nukes. It's not good. You're gonna fucking kill everybody. It's just not good.
Might with moral clarity, and that scene in the Oval Office wasn't just a
and what you don't want is fucking terrorists to get their hands on nukes.
That episode of reality TV.
Or any fucking one
it
crazy.
It summed up Trump's whole approach to the world.
Fucking be able to push
he
that goddamn
cozying
button.
up to dictators like Vladimir Putin and kicking our friends like the Canadians in the teeth. He sees American leadership as merely a series of real estate transactions.
No, I mean, I hate to say it, but nothing in this world is free. Everything has a price on it. Even diplomacy. Yeah, sucks. Yeah, human lives, yeah, they have a price too. That's called money. They produce money. And when they die, they don't make money anymore.
As a Cold War kid, I'm thankful it was Reagan and not Trump in office in the 1980s. Trump would have lost us the Cold War. Donald Trump's actions suggest that in his heart, he doesn't believe we're an exceptional nation. He clearly doesn't think we should lead the world. Look, America is not perfect, but I stand with the majority of Americans who believe we are still exceptional, unparalleled. And
he said he loves America, but has just been going down the wrong path because of Biden and some of these people.
Because for generations, America has offered something better. Our security and our prosperity, yes, but our democracy, our very system of government, has been the aspiration of the world. And right now, it's at risk. It's at risk.
What do you mean? China doesn't want democracy. What the fuck are you talking about? Russia doesn't want democracy. They see you, North Korea doesn't want that shit. They see you creeping in and they're just like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
When the president decides you can pick and choose what rules you want to follow, when he ignores court orders and the Constitution itself, or when elected leaders stand by and just let it happen.
He's the president. He has
but it's
his
also a risk when the president pits
he probably has
against each
Pam
other. When he demonizes those who are different and tells certain people
hey,
they shouldn't be
don't
included.
listen to these dumbasses.
Because America is not just a patch of land between two oceans. We are more than that. Generations have fought and died to secure the fundamental rights that define us.
I mean, it was the same way with Biden, right? Whenever he got court notices, he didn't fucking go. Get the fuck out of here. Motherfucker was incompetent to stand trial anyways. Motherfucker never even showed up in court to stand trial.
Make
fuck
us
him.
who we are. We're a nation of strivers, risk takers, innovators, and we are never satisfied.
Oh, I'm a
That
risk taker.
is America's superpower.
If you want to throw hands, I'll throw
And look,
hands.
I've lived and worked in
One
many
of us
countries.
is not coming
I've
out
seen
alive, that's for
democracies
sure.
flicker out. I've seen what life is like when a government is rigged. You can't open a business without paying off a corrupt official. You can't criticize the guys in charge without getting a knock at the door in the middle of the night.
Didn't Biden do that? Wait, aren't people doing all of that? Didn't the FBI do that? Like, what? Hold on, whoa. During the Biden administration, this shit was happening, okay? So what are you talking about? Are you talking about the ICE raids that are happening right now that everybody well, not everybody, but a good portion of the United States wanted? Is that what you're talking about?
So as much as we need to make our government more responsive to our lives today, don't for one moment fool yourself that democracy isn't precious and worth saving.
What is this? What are we going? No one's attacking. What? What is happening? Trump is hurting democracy. He's trying to destroy democracy. You need to help us to stop. What are you on about?
But how do we actually do that?
What are you?
I know a lot of you have been
on
asking that
about?
question. First, don't tune out. It's easy to be exhausted, but America.
Don't tune out. It's easy to be exhausted, bitch. No one from Japan is listening to this bullshit. Yeah, half the Americans didn't want to listen to this bullshit because this is already half of it is bullshit.
America needs you now more than ever. If previous generations had not fought for this.
I mean, the speech is the long speech was great, right? I mean, it was to help boost morale for the American people as usual. I mean, like, if you're a politician and you're not trying to boost the morale of your own fucking countrymen, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Your own countrywomen and countrymen. I don't know what you're fucking doing if you're not doing that as a goddamn politician. If you're literally trying to divide your goddamn constituents, you got issues. You got fucking issues.
Democracy, where would we be today? Second, hold your elected officials, including me, accountable. Watch how they're voting. Go to town halls and demand they take action.
Honestly, I don't think I ever want to go into any California town halls. I think I would be upset looking at all those fucking people. I would honestly probably would fucking jump over that podium and start punching some of those idiots.
This is American as apple pie. Third, organize. Pick just one issue you're passionate about and engage. And doom scrolling.
I don't know about that. In California, I hate all of my politicians. They're all shady fucks. Gavin Newsom, Ted Lieu fuckhead, commie. Pelosi, commie. Like, all these people in California are just commies. Fuck these people. I will never talk to these fucking senile shitheads. They're all fuckheads. They're all dirty fucks. They're all corrupt to the fucking core.
Join a group that cares about your issue and act. And if you can't find one, start one.
All fucking getting drunk off their own
history
fucking
have come from the
supply.
bottle up. In closing, we all know that our country is going through something right now. We're not sure what the next day is going to hold, let alone the next decade.
Hey, if a war happens tomorrow, so be it. I don't give a fuck. Let's go to war.
But this isn't the first time we've experienced significant.
Hey, if everybody wants to change productions and start producing war effort stuff, hey, I'm all for it.
Significant and tumultuous change as a country. I'm a student of history.
Wherever America takes it, wherever America takes it.
And ultimately, we've chosen to keep changing this country for the better. But every single time, we've only gotten through those moments because of two things: engaged citizens and principled leaders. engage
maybe
citizens
they would
who
change
do a little
some
bit
of the
more than they're used to doing to fight for the things that they care about, and principled leaders who are ready to
you
receive
would have more
the
military
ball and
schools
do
in
something about it.
fucking the United States.
So thank you
right?
tonight for caring about your country. Just
Well,
by watching.
I mean, let's be real. You do kind of learn, right? In physics class, you do learn about projectiles, and right, and fucking. I mean, if you really think about it, if you were to think about all your courses, they teach you about, right, everything and anything. It's just how you put things together in your fucking head. I mean, look, if you've gone through the education system, you're already a fucking trained killer, in a sense. Right? You already have some form of information that you could then use to fucking attack people with.
You qualify as engaged citizens. And I promise that I and my fellow Democrats
Whether
will do everything
went
in
to
our power to be the
biology,
principled leaders that you deserve.
Right?
Good night, everyone.
You went into history class reading about wars and shit, about the medieval time, right? About the bloody wars that each era had, right? In a sense. And or well, even the books and literature that they were reading during that time also had, right, things right, portraying real life issues and circumstances of what was happening during that time, whether it was fictional or non-fictional, right? They still gave you a sense through literature of what people were feeling at that time. All right, and you could weaponize that shit if you really knew how to. I think their audio got fucked up.
And my fellow Democrats.
Presidential.
Yeah, their audio got fucked up here.
Before the address was finished, the tone of the night was set early on when the president played up his November election victory, which was decisive.
Yeah, I mean, him chewing out all the Democrat, right, during, some of those statements, they were obviously directed at the Democrat. They should get a full transcript of his speech. And they should just they should pinpoint all the areas where he roasted the Democrats. Motherfucker attacked him probably in almost every fucking, in almost every sentence. Or maybe every couple of sentences, every 3 sentences, he would attack the Democrats. He'd be like, yeah, I did this and they didn't do this. Get fucked. Fucking Trump, man. Shifty Shiv speaks? I don't want to listen. Well, he's probably just gonna say fucking stupid shit out of his goddamn mouth anyways.
To hope that anything the president was doing was going to improve their situation.
You heard almost nothing. Really appreciate it. What was your reaction to the address tonight?
Well, I think average Americans watching this speech found little reason to hope that anything the president was doing was going to improve.
No, I'm sorry. The average American is not watching this bullshit. I don't know. Maybe they are.
Their situation. You heard almost nothing about any efforts to bring down the cost of housing or the cost of.
No, he did. He put it under the affordability umbrella. That's all he did.
Of food or the cost of anything else.
He did talk about that. He put it under affordability. I mean, obviously, he only said like what 1 or 2 sentences about, hey, we're trying to fix the affordability issues, right? We are taking steps to fixing it. It seems like it's going through somewhat okay for now, but we will see as the days go on, right?
In fact, I think you heard more about the Panama Canal and Greenland and the Gulf of America than anything he's doing to address the primary reason he gave.
They're still talking about the Greenland shit. Look, I think the Greenland shit was just for jokes. I think he was talking about Greenland in the sense that they wanted to do some kind of diplomatic trade deal. I don't think he really Well, I mean, he maybe wanted to buy Greenland. I don't know, but I think he was more thinking along the lines of some kind of trade deal. Even though it sounded like he really wanted to. Same with Canada land. He keeps joking about it being the 51st state. He didn't talk about that.
Voters for voting for him, and that was he was going to reduce.
Well, I mean, he obviously wants to take back the Panama. Right, it seems. Because yes, trying to take back the Panama would give us more leverage in trading deals in a sense, because that's literally the Silk Road right there. You open up that Panama Canal, that cuts a lot of travel time, because you don't have to fucking go all the way around.
Reduce the cost of living to the degree he did talk about it at all. It was to try to blame Joe Biden for his own failures. Meanwhile, the market is tanking thanks to this.
You mean the stock market? I mean, yeah, the stock market tanked a little bit. But that's probably because of what happened with Trudeau over here. And probably some other shit. Because a lot of people are, I guess, moving assets right now. And they're probably trying to start building projects in the United States, maybe. I don't know. Can't keep track of all these fucking businesses buying up land or buying up real estate to run a company.
Kind of needless trade war. I questioned the judgment of everyone who thought the White House was a good idea to start this trade war the night before he gave this speech. But nevertheless, a lot of distractions, a lot of the usual Trumpian falsehoods, a lot of the the usual lack of self-awareness when he's talking about unelected bureaucrats.
No, he's doing that on purpose. No, he's definitely doing that on purpose. He's doing that on purpose to piss you guys off, because it's funny.
We couldn't help, of course, but think of the most unelected bureaucrat, that being Elon Musk in the gallery. So, a long speech, much ado about nothing that's going to help the American people.
What about his argument, though? He says, look, these countries are taking advantage of the United States. He says that these tariffs are necessary not just to deal with people who are coming across the border illegally, but also to deal with the flood of fentanyl. Now, of course, that's largely happening in China. We're not seeing that in Canada, for example, at all in the same levels. But does he have a point that the United States needs to get tougher in terms of its tariff policy in order to send a message?
First of all, when he was talking about America as the victim of all these other countries, really it reminded me that he views the whole world through the prism of victimhood. This, born into wealth guy.
You guys vilified him for 8 years. Literally. For 8 years. Because he's decided to run as politician. And then when he proved you guys wrong, you guys got upset. You guys are a bunch of fucking babies, dude.
Considers himself the biggest victim.
He
considers America nothing but a victim for a party that decries victim.
You know what? If war happens, I wouldn't mind. Because I would make you guys walk the fucking plank anyways. If you're gonna toss me into your fucking war-fueled bullshit, I'm gonna fucking hogtie you and bring you with me, too. If I'm gonna die, you're fucking gonna die on the front line too, motherfucker.
So much appeal to being victims. The United States is the most powerful country in the world. We've been incredibly benefited by this international rules-based order that we helped to create. The alliance with NATO has been incredibly beneficial to our own security. He is tearing all of that down. He's picking fights with our allies like Canada, like the Ukraine.
What do you mean? They picked fights with us first. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck you, dude. I'm so sick of this shit.
And for what? What does it serve the United States?
Hey man, you start shit first and then you start fucking crying about how you're getting called out? That sucks. Too bad. I'm just gonna fucking lean into it more. You fucking piece of shit.
It doesn't, and I think you're already seeing them trying to find some face-saving way to do an about-face on these tariffs even today. So, doing a lot of harm, posing as the victim doesn't really make America great. It just makes
They're being
America
pieces of
look
shit,
weak.
just like you.
Senator, I have to get your reaction to the moment with Congressman Al Green. Minority Leader Jeffries was very clear.
That bitch got ejected from the fucking...
that any protest should be done in the chamber in a respectful way.
Yeah, and like, dude, you guys can't protest in the, like, you guys are literally in the chambers.
What did you make of him standing up and interrupting the president?
It's one thing to protest outside, but when you're fucking up an event like this, it's like, dude, get the fuck out.
Speech for an extended period of time and then having to be ushered out of the chamber. Was that the right way to go about it?
That's not the way I went about.
Look, we get you guys want to play up the drama on the camera. We get it. You guys love playing dramas on the TV that nobody fucking watches anymore, right? No one wants to watch the Desperate Housewives anymore. No one wants to watch The Bachelorette or The Bachelor anymore because they're a bunch of rich fuckheads. Nobody wants to watch these fake fucking TV shows, okay? They're just bad. They're just brain rot, okay? No one wants to watch your bullshit.
My statements, and
that's what it comes down to. It's all bullshit. No one wants to watch it anymore.
To be respectful in my silence. I wasn't about to jump up and applaud the President of the United States when he's doing such a disservice to the American people.
Okay, whatever.
But I will let him and others speak for the way they approached it. But from my point of view, I wanted to be respectful of the office of the president, even when, frankly, I have such little regard for the current occupant of that office.
Maybe I should just stay quiet because I have nothing nice to say to any of these people.
I want to get your reaction to Senator Slotkin's speech tonight.
There's
been a big battle
baby.
or debate, I should say, within the Democratic Party. What should the message be moving forward? Do you think she found a good message for Democrats moving forward?
You know, I have to confess I haven't had a chance to hear my colleague's message, but I have great confidence in her. For my own part, I think really the central challenge facing the country is the one the president did not address tonight, and that is that the economy is simply not working for millions of people. And it's not that they're out of work. Unemployment remains low. The problem is they are working and are still struggling to get by. The president has no answer for that except for a tax cut for super wealthy people. But Democrats also need a positive and bold agenda to be offering to the American people. And that's where I would start.
Senator Adam Schiff, thank you so much for your time tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great to see you as always. Molly Ball, let me come out to you and let you respond to everything that you have just heard so far this evening. What are your key takeaways?
Okay, I think I'm done with this. This is just painful. Yeah, it's fucking NBC too, because NBC, these people are fucking against